Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League, and this is going to be a relatively quick video. Three solid matches with Red Green Ponza, and that is because we are sitting at 2-0, excuse me, with this deck in a league right now. So three matches remaining. Let's see if we can go for the 5-0. I'll get into this deck tech in a second, what we're doing. I'm going to shout out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. It's really the best way to support me. Thank you so much. I record all my leagues live on Twitch, twitch.tv/snapboltgames. Okay, let's get into this deck and what we're doing today, and then let's get into a league. This is Red Green Ponza. This has really been picking up in popularity recently, I think, since I've been playing it more. I haven't played too much with this particular build, but I'm really liking it in the first two matches I played. So the biggest change from this compared to my previous videos is we're not playing Lightning Bolt. Zero copies of Lightning Bolt. The only red card in the main deck is Boarding Party. It makes your mana a lot better. You don't have to play basic Mountain. Plus, you just get more like kind of beefy stuff because sometimes, especially against like decks like Affinity, Bolt is not that good. So we only are playing 4 tap lands, 2 Racer's Ring, 2 Highland Forest. I see a lot of people playing 4 Highland Forest. Real quick, I just want to note, I don't think that's good. Sure, you need to Utopia Sprawl a forest, but having a couple of Racer's Rings as your additional tap lands is so much better than an extra Highland Forest. I crack these all the time for a card. It really comes up. So we have 10 one-drop accelerants, 4 Arbor, 4 Utopia Sprawl, 2 Wild Growth. I thought about adding the third Wild Growth, but instead just playing more beefy cards. We have only 3 Jewel Thief, just because it doesn't draw a card, but this card's still been pretty impressive. Then the full 4 Visionary, 4 Packmate, 4 Owlbear, all the best cantripping creatures in green, 8 land destruction spells, and 8 Cascade creatures. So really straightforward main deck. The sideboard is also really straightforward. This sideboard is very, very narrow, but very powerful when we need it. So you can see there's only 4 different cards in the sideboard. Hey, thanks for the sub there. Appreciate that. We have 8 hate cards against Affinity. 4 Deglamour. Choose target artifact or enchantment. Its owner shuffles it into their library. And 4 Natural Obsolescence. Is that how you say it? Put target artifact on the bottom of its owner's library. So you can just put their bridges on the bottom. You can put their mirror enforcers on the bottom. They can't get them back. We just bring in all of these against Affinity. The full 4 Weather the Storm against the Burn decks, and then 3 Cannonade against the Go Wide decks. So again, very narrow sideboard, but very powerful in the matchups we want it. And like I said, I'm 2-0 in a league right now. Match 1, or actually, I don't think I've lost a game yet as well. Match 1, we played against Affinity. We won game 1, and then we crushed game 2. Match 2, played against Mono Red Burn. Didn't even draw Weather the Storm post board. I think I just cast a turn 3 Boarding Party both games. So without further ado, let's just get right into round 1. Let's go. Or I guess round 3, but round 1 of the video. All right, welcome to round 1, or round 1 of the video. Again, round 3, we're 2-0. We're against Shay84. Would you like to play first? Yes. This is just a mulligan. We just have too much top end and no acceleration. It's something that can definitely happen with this deck. So we should definitely mull that hand. This is a keep. We need an untapped land, but the sand is still pretty strong. I'm tempted. I don't think I can put back any of these 4 cards here. Racer's Ring, Wild Growth, Arboreal Forest. I think I need all of those. So I think I need to put back one of these. I do want Visionary because I want to draw more cards, but keeping 2 land destruction spells means it's more likely that I can screw the opponent out of casting any spells. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to lead turn 1 Elf. If I draw untapped land, I get to go potentially turn 2 Unbully Acid Moss if I draw Forest here. Which I don't have mountains in my deck, so. Island Preordain. Wow, that's a sick island. It looks like a snow-covered island, but it's not. Forest? Nice. Turn 2 Acid Moss. Sure. Get our red source. Razor's Ring's so good in this deck. I really think you need to be playing a couple copies of Ring. Different art island, but another sick art. Brainstorm. Maybe they brainstorm lock and have no lands. Attack for one. Concede the game, yeah. Nice. Just Ponza doing Ponza things. Okay. They're probably just blue-black Fae because they played Preordained, Brainstorm, and two islands, and that's all we saw. I could bring in some Cannonades, but I can also just not sideboard. I think I'm just not going to sideboard. Maybe I should bring in the Cannonades because it is good against Fae, and they're just so likely to be Fae, but I guess they could be familiars still. We only saw Preordained, Brainstorm, Island. We don't know exactly what that is, and I think Cannonade's not that incredible against blue-black Fae specifically. So, just gonna mulligan this. Look at that. 3 7-drops, a 6-drop, and 2 5-drops in one land. Yeah, that's a quick mull. I think this is a keep. On a mulligan already, we have a turn 2 Foretell Packmate. If we draw any land, we can start playing 3-drops. I don't want to really go to 5. Blue-black Fae. My original thought. I think also people cut Packmate, but I just don't think you want to do that. Even while it may be less powerful than other options, it gives you something to spend your mana on turn 2 when you don't have the 1-drop accelerant into 3-drop start, which you can't have every single time. So I think Packmate is really good for that reason. Nice, you played that FAMS list. Yeah, that was pretty. Both of those FAMS lists I played were pretty stock. They weren't really my lists, but I did play FAMS, yeah, for sure. Nice. Glad you took down a LGS tourney there. All right, they probably have counter up here. What do I care least about getting countered? All right, let's go land, wild growth. Maybe they spell stutter this. And then I just, oh, they negate it. Interesting. Still get to resolve Packmate though. They have all different art islands, maybe. These arts are sick. So these are the promotional Magic Online arts. These are really sick. Like I really like this one. That's really cool. I gotta pick some of these up potentially. All right, opponent with 5 cards in hand. They negated our wild growth and snuff out the Packmate main phase, leaving up mana. Interesting. And then Gurmag. Okay. So I can kill a land or I can visionary draw. I feel like killing a land doesn't do that much at this point. I'd rather draw a card. Dino's not bad. See if we can get up to Dino here. Taking 100%. I want more mana to get to this. I can take a couple hits off this. They probably just have counters now. Okay. I think I lead Thermokarst and then playing Visionary next. So let's just try to kill a black source. They probably shouldn't even let... They should... I was going to say they probably shouldn't even counter this because it doesn't really do anything. And then Visionary. They counter this. The good news is we can still cast Dino next turn. We go to 11. We gained 1 life off this, which is relevant actually on this board state, because now it takes them 5 hits instead of 4. Boarding party? No. They let Visionary resolve. Then they counter the Dino. At least we get to draw. And take another hit off Angler here, I think. Just definitely want to draw more dinos. I can start racing as well and start jumping with arbors. No red source yet. Also something to note. See if these resolve. Gonna keep playing these lands out, I think. I can draw cantripping creatures and then play multiples if I have more mana, so. I'm gonna chump right now as well. I don't want them to be in a spot where they can just play some removal spells and then win. So I'd rather stay at 6 rather than going to 1. Dino? Land. Just gonna chump again, I think. Try to draw Dino. They have 3 cards in hand. They could easily have a third counter. Augur. That's pretty bad because that stonewalls our attacks. Miss on Augur, classic. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 3, put them on the bottom in any order. I think I'll block again. These arbors aren't really doing anything. Sure, I could go for a multi-block, but they can easily have a removal spell in their hand. Okay, there's at least a red source. At least it wasn't just a straight up miss. Now do I go to 1? I think that's fine. Go to 1 now. Thermokarst, gain 1, relevant here. They could always flash and stutter, but they can do that anyway. I'll play this. I'm gonna keep this in hand just to make them scared that I have like a bolt or something. I don't know. I have to chump. Then next turn I'm dead on board, so I have to draw something. I mean, we've drawn what? Land, Utopia Sprawl in the last draw steps, and Arbor Elves before that, so we're not hitting perfects, that's for sure. Huh? I mean, okay. Counterspell. Yeah. I like this art on Counterspell. So if they just attack with both, we die. We didn't have the best draw here, and we got flooded. Like we didn't have the best opening draw. Like we weren't that fast, and then we got flooded, so we got crushed there. That happens. Do I want like 1 cannonade, or do I just not want it? I think I'm just not even gonna bring it in. Sure, it kills Spell Stutter, Fairy Seer, but I think I might rather just not really have it against Blue Black Fae. Those are the only creatures it kills, and it kills my creatures too. I'm gonna try without it. I want it more for like Boros, go wide decks, elves, stuff like that. I'm just gonna stick to my plan straight up. Sin's pretty slow too, but I think we should keep it. We just have a lot of gas, and we have tap land and to spend all of our mana every turn basically for the rest of the game. I think that's good enough. Oh, yo, HJC. I guess it could be Dimir Monarch. Yeah, you're totally right. We haven't seen any fairies yet, and they've been playing pretty slow. So I didn't even really consider that. I just thought it was Fam or Fae the whole time. Oh no, did we see a spell setter? No, we didn't. They negated something. Yeah, we don't know yet. I'm probably gonna resolve Visionary because it uses my mana more efficiently. I feel like if it's Dimir Monarch, that's a better matchup for us because they don't pressure that much. Dino, great draw. Now we just keep wanting to draw top end, basically. Yeah. Okay, their lands are actually sick. They don't attack. That's probably just a mistake, right? Packmate, foretell Packmate. If they counterspell this, that's fine. They don't. Nice. Arbor. I should play Arbor because then I can potentially boarding party next turn. I can always just hardcast Packmate later. Like if they kill Arbor, then I can just hardcast Packmate next turn. So I don't think foretelling here is worth. Sure. Does look like it's blue-black Monarch. Good call, HJC. All right. Well, we don't get to slam boarding party, but we get to slam another wolf. They only have 4 cards left, and we're going to start slamming fatties pretty soon here. That was a good draw, too. Another Packmate, another good draw. Now we just bring the party. Gurmag, it's fine. They have counter up, probably 2 though. We're in kind of a rough spot, but we have good turns coming up. All right. Here's an interesting decision because I can just go land, cast boarding party, but I can also play wild growth into boarding party. If they negate wild growth, I can play Packmate. So I can still double spell if they negate wild growth, and I don't really care about this that much. I think I'm fine to go with the wild growth into boarding party greed line. Yeah, maybe it's worth it because we don't want to get too far behind. And if they make us play Packmate this turn, then next turn I'm going to want to Dino. So getting to go boarding party this turn is actually I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's relevant. Plus,
Hold on. You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
What are you, crazy? We'll take the boat.
No, no, not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
Then let's just...
We'll take the box.
all right, let's take the box. Could be anything. Okay. Well, we got our utopias for all. I think I attack with boarding party. Cast down. We knew about that, right? Yeah. And I'm just gonna go Dino. No, that wasn't a boat. What we wanted was a boat, but we didn't get shit. And playing the wild growth wouldn't really do anything. Okay, it is Bay. Wow. Another boarding party. So I have 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 mana. So now I can safely play Wild Growth because I can still play Dino even if this gets countered. Four, five, six. Oh, that's 1 mana too many. Dino. Into Jewel Thief. Nice. Then I'll attack with Packmate, I think. I could stay back. Counterspell Dino. Could just trade Packmate for Ninja. I think I'd stay back because they have 0 cards right now. And then, looks like I'm lagging here. I think I'd just stay back because they have 0 cards in hand. So if they just draw attack with Angler, I threaten to double block. Plus, I play around, like if I attack and they just go take it and then they go removal spell, hit with Ninja, that's worst case scenario for me. So no attack is definitely correct. Man, I'm like lagging pretty hard. Am I still connected to the internet? Looks like I am. My internet's working. Maybe it's Magic Online. You there, Twitch chat? Yeah, maybe we should foretell. I thought maybe we shouldn't. I get to use this mana. I kind of wanted to just rep leaving up stuff. Let's see, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next turn I can still double spell. I don't think using the treasure to foretell is necessarily good. I guess if I draw Arbor Elf, then I can play more stuff next turn. Actually, no, because I have to tap this. I get to tap this mana for part of the cost of this, but then I lose my treasure. I guess it's more efficient, but I don't represent any bolt or anything. I'm just going to not do it. I don't know. Did I just get disconnected from Twitch for a second? I think I did. Looks like I did. Damn. That's brutal. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know what happened with the Twitch connection. I didn't really care about the treasure. I just wanted to represent like I could have bolt or some type of interaction spell here. So I just didn't foretell because I can still double spell next turn. I can still play both of these. And opponent should not have played Evolving Wilds. We're hitting some crazy lag here, so I apologize, but they play Wilds then attack, so now I know I can just trade one of these for Gurmag. Just trade, I guess, Jewel Thief for Gurmag. And that's bad for the opponent. If they attack with a card in hand, maybe I don't go for the double block. And they traded for the wrong card there. This is just a 3/3 no ability in play. And this is a 3/3 Vigilance Trample. So that was pretty bad for them. I think we're in a great spot to win this game now. Let's go play land, 3, 4, 5, 6, boarding party. And now I don't even need to use the treasure also, which is nice. Wild Growth here. It's fine to split up the Wild Growths a little bit. It doesn't really cost me anything. I don't need more mana even if I draw Arbor Elf, so let's just cast some stuff. Then attack with Jewel Thief and Boarding Party. Acid Moss doesn't do anything at this point. But we're just playing red-green mid-range and doing well. They're down to 7. 0 cards in hand for the opponent. Really weird draw from, yeah, Fae. Faeless Fae, exactly. I think this matchup is pretty close, but... yeah, and there's the Fairy Seer. Wow. Really surprising. They're in a really rough spot here. All right, let's start with Crack Racer's Ring because I could draw like a boarding party or something here. Racer's Ring is so good. You got to be playing it. Land. 4 mana. Kill this. Get Highland Forest. Do I also attack with Packmate? I think so. Sure, they could play removal spell and then draw a card, but I'm threatening to kill real soon. They're going to have to make a lot of blocks here. You don't want me to play Ponza? I'm going to play it. I love this deck. And I think it's very good. Start killing black sources, because if we draw one more LD spell, we could lock them out of black. Yeah, they just hit land, Fairy Seer, and then unknown card here. Just going to attack with all. They're dead on board if they don't have anything. Even if they have removal spell, they have to go chump, chump, removal spell. And then they're still dead, really dead next turn, because they have to go chump, chump. And they have to block. Oh, they're blocking the wrong way. This kills them. This has trample. Got him. This card has more abilities than you might think. All right. 3-0. Let's go round 4. All right, 3-0 in this league, 1-0 in the video. We're against Bolo Warrior. We're going to mulligan this one land. Slow hand. I'll keep this one lander, though, I think. We're on the draw. We have an explosive draw if we draw another land, and if not, we're still looking to be okay here. Looks like Fae again. Brainstorm in response to Arbor Elf. Sure. Sweet Brainstorm. Of course, we draw 5-drop as our first draw step. Even if we don't draw land, we can still go Utopia Sprawl and then Foretell Packmate. Oh, do they Brainstorm lock themselves? Oh my god. Let me just take a moment to say in Pauper why Ponder is often better than Brainstorm. Because of this. They're not going to draw land again next turn. I guess they could play another Brainstorm. Spell Pierce? Jeez, get wrecked. And I mean, get wrecked by like, I got wrecked. And if we had a land destruction spell, we just crush. And they had Thought Scour as well. Let's untap this one, add red for style. Come on, land destruction. Thought Scour, huh? So this is, looks like either some blue-black, oh, it's blue-black Delver. Okay, interesting. All right, I could Visionary, but I can also double spell, and then that way I could potentially draw a land. Let's double spell here. We don't draw a land, but we still get to play another mana source by playing Arbor Elf. And if they flip Delver here, then they're not drawing a land, so that's not the worst. They don't flip. And they play another Delver. Okay, we're in a good spot. Aqueduct? How is this possible? Oh, they drew Aqueduct, and then they had another Delver in hand. Okay, okay. Blue-black Delver, they have Fangs, so we can expect 4 Angler. I'm guessing their deck is 4 Delver, 4 Augur, 4 Angler, all interaction. Let's see, we have 5 mana. I can just resolve Owlbear. I think that's what I want to do. Attack for 3, play a bear. Our draw's not the best, but we're still in a reasonable position here. Yeah, if we can draw any of our 8 land destruction spells, we just wreck. Like if they have to go island to leave up counter, we're like pretty far ahead on board with 7 power, 4 trample. Is this the green Mully D? I think it is. All right, they get another land. They're going to cast down? Yeah. They're still doing fine here. Attack for 2. We want to draw more mana to get to these dinos. Maybe for that reason I play Visionary next turn. But playing Packmate's also is good at pressuring them. I think our best draw is probably Minvoli Acid Moss. Acid Moss off the top. Snuff out. Wild Growth. Wild Growth is good. That was actually heads up play of the opponent to kill Arbor Elf to cut us off mana, but drawing Wild Growth is great. I'll still play Visionary here. I want more mana, and I can still foretell a Packmate. Owlbear. See if I can miss one more time on Delver. That would help us a lot. We're down to 9. We have a lot of cards in hand, though. One of them's an island. No flip again. We're kind of getting lucky here. But they're also getting lucky that we didn't have any land destruction. Classic Delver. This version has a lot of spells too. Now they couldn't even attack. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can go Packmate, Packmate. I gotta play it one more time.
Hold on.
Could be
You
anything.
have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
We're taking the
Are
mystery
you
box.
crazy? We'll take the boat.
No, no, not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
Then let's just...
We'll take the box.
We'll take the box. Boarding party? Yeah. Still a cantrip though, not bad. Counterspell Dino. They could even counterspell Visionary here if they have like another removal spell for Dino. Lose focus. Counter both our spells. Oh my god. It's the first time I've ever seen that. I said nice. Still attacking for 5 here, though. Playing another Dino next turn. If we ever draw Boarding Party, it's going to be rough for them. They only have 4 cards left. We have 4 good spells. A lot of them cantrip. Because they've never flipped, we're still at 18. We're just in still a pretty commanding position. That was the first time I've ever seen Lose Focus do that. Wow, still no Delver flip. That's really unfortunate. I think we just don't sideboard again. Play Thorn. Try to win with Monarch. Boarding Party, nice. They can't even snuff out, so I think I just Boarding Party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. I have 5, 6, 7 mana. 8 potentially if I don't want to attack with this, which I obviously want to. Just seems so good. If I Boarding Party attack with Packmate, Visionary, Boarding Party, they have to go block, block, block. And then they're just in such a bad position. And if I hit a Utopia Sprawl or Wild Growth here, I can still play this Packmate also. And I still attack with a Visionary. Just get another Visionary. Jewel Thief, not bad. I think I want to attack with everything. Again, they have to go block, block, block here, or we take the Monarch. Sure, they can eat Visionary, but then they're going chump, chump. So, I don't know. I think this is fine. They got really unlucky on these Delvers. I guess they can go to 1, but we take the Monarch. Yeah, it's going to be rough for them. I'll be really surprised if we lose this game. We don't have Bolt in our deck, unfortunately. Flip Counterspell, but I mean, it's just too much. I think the reason this deck is good is actually not because of Ponza. I think it's just because of the mana acceleration package is really strong, the Cascade creatures are really strong, and everything else draws a card. So I think this deck is well positioned due to the mana acceleration package mostly. Cast Snuff Out. Cast down. So they have Counterspell as well. They can Counterspell Boarding Party. But they're still dead on board. All right, we got him. Weird game there. Yeah, I don't think I want anything. Main deck is perfect. Again, our sideboard's very narrow, but I think that's good because when you play against Affinity, you're going to want all that hate. When you play against Burn, the weathers are huge. So was Cooper playing Munvoli Asimos? Or no, they were just playing. I think Cooper was playing. I didn't look at the list, but I saw the video title that somewhere. Just Rug Cascade, right? Rug mid range. I've played some Rug Ponza with Mully D, but not quite the same. I've also played red green mid range, no Ponza, so Ponza with Ponza. I have it built, an older version. I just want to. I kind of want to just go to it. This is again. This is an older version, but RG Ponzaless. You just get to play like all creatures, and like Pulsa Marasa. This deck is sweet too. Um, this has some Ponza in the sideboard, but this deck is solid as well. All right, we're gonna keep this. The Ponza should be good against them, especially if they have a couple bounce lands. Modern Age. Makes sense. Get to slam Jewel Thief here. Not that scared of Modern Age. So I'm assuming they have some copies of Deep Analysis in their deck. Discarding land means they probably have plenty of lands. Play another copy of the Modern Age. I think I want to just kill their Ice Tunnel, start killing black sources. I could also just keep committing creatures to the board. I think blowing up their lands is good though. Start by attacking and then go Forest, Acid Moss. That's what I'm going to do. They probably don't have that many black sources in their deck, so just killing any black source we see is going to be good. They also need to cast cards like Counterspell. So if they have to get black and they don't necessarily like, then they may not be able to cantrip plus leave up counter. It's just the killing their lands this early is still really good for us. I should not F6 because I could represent Pyro or something. I've been on a tear recently too. I feel like in my last, like, I want to say even like 8 to 10 leagues, I think I've only 3-2'd once, and I've 4-1'd I think every other league. Gurmag, sure. So how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they're so likely to have Counterspell right now. I want to wait on this. So I think if I go Jewel Thief and they go counter it, then I can go Forest, Acid Moss. And if they don't counter this, I can still go Forest or Eraser's Ring into Packmate, or still play Acid Moss. So I'm just going to lead on this. I think it's the worst thing we have. But it's still decent. So now I have the option of playing Acid Moss or playing Packmate. I think I'm going to play Acid Moss. Sure, they could not have counter Jewel Thief, but I'm going to go for it. If they don't have an actual counterspell here, then getting to kill their swamp is really good. Okay, they have it. I'm also likely to not go for a double block on Angler here. I think it's just a little bit too risky. If they have any removal spell, we just lose both our creatures. I'd rather play Packmate and then go for a triple block next turn. I think that's a lot stronger. It's also kind of aggressive because I get to attack back. Another copy of the Modern Age. Wow. What are they going to discard? Chainer's Edict. They're so far from flashing that back. Utopia Sprawl. Sprawl red. Play Packmate. Attack with both. We're still in a reasonable position, especially if we could draw like a boarding party or something. That was a good draw. Maybe they have some black removal spells in hand. Walk them out of black mana. Okay, snuff out. They have one card left. They get to loot next turn. I probably need to go for the double walk now, especially they don't have black mana at the moment. They're going to get another Vector Glider as well. We need to draw like a boarding party here, or a Dino. This is really close. Not that. Okay. Good start. They have one card left, but they get another Vector Glider. It's going to be tough. We go down to 6, and then we're dead next turn. Man, those Vector Gliders. 2/3 flyer. Too good. Dino? They could also have counter. Might as well just slam. They can go block here, go to 4, and then kill. We're just dead on board. Damn. Close. Whew. Couldn't quite get there. I like this matchup though. I think we're okay. Land destruction seems good against them. Sure, Gurmag Angler is good, but it's not something we like can never handle. We have big creatures too. Gurmag's good against all these creatures, but sometimes we can build up a wide board and then either like triple block Gurmag or just then eventually like get a boarding party and attack with everything, and it's just too much power. So that's the plan. Oh man. I mean, look at this hand. We have triple mana source, triple thermal karst, but it's a tap land. I feel like this has to be a mulligan. Like if we don't draw land on the first turn, we're just going turn 2 Arbor Elf. And then we don't even necessarily thermal karst on 3. Just doesn't quite get there. Alright, well this is a keep. I'll just put back a 7-drop, even though I obviously want Dino. It's just we're still pretty far from that. This deck has to mulligan a lot. Just something you have to accept. Hopefully they just go like Ice Tunnel here, and then I go Acid Moss it, and then start playing Owlbear into more stuff, you know? If they just play Island, I'm probably not going to play around Spell Pierce. I'm probably just going to jam Acid Moss. I'll go to main 2. Don't Spell Pierce me. Nice. Alright, they flip on Hydro, sure. I'm gonna play a 4/4. Alright, where are the dinos at now? You can just start the race here. There's a black source for them. They could have Snuff Out. Kind of in a rough spot here. We need to draw our Cascaders. Classic, nice. We know they have a Hydro, but I'm going for it anyway. So they Hydro the boarding party. They lose their land. Do I play Arbor or do I attack for one more? I think I resolve the Arbor. Fetch, Swamp, Snuff Out. Okay. The good news is so many of our cards cantrip. Drawing more land destruction spells is still good. So the only thing that's bad to draw in our deck now is really Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawler, Wild Growth, and Forest. It's a lot of bad stuff, but it's also we have a lot of good stuff to draw. And we have so much mana. We have 6 power versus 3, but they could have Snuff Out. Nice. They only have Swamp up, so let's jam. We know we can resolve it. Oh, man. We're 1 mana short of casting it because we have 2, 4, 5 mana. But we're just in a fantastic position now. It's going to be tough for them. I end up attacking with these a lot. I think they're relevant a lot of the time. My comp just seems a little laggy today. Polo Warrior says GG's. GG's. Yeah, really laggy here. Oh, they couldn't even cast those Gurmags. They couldn't cast any spells. We successfully pawned them. That was turn 2 land destruction, turn 3 land destruction into a bunch of other stuff. So that was a good draw for our deck. Exactly what we were trying to do. Lock them out. I just leave them stranded with all these cards while we're just putting fatties into play. Nice. 4-0. Let's go round 5. Let's do it. 5-0 this thing. All right. Welcome to the 5th and final round. We're against It's Hubflower. Really, somebody who's really supported me. They've shown up to so many streams. They're always chatting in the stream. So cool to play against It's Hubflower. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Asking what their record is. I think I'm going to keep this hand. It's not that great, but we have 4 mana sources, an Owlbear, and some expensive cards, so we can ramp, and then we can turn 3 Owlbear if they don't interact, and if they interact, maybe we'll draw more lands or other stuff. They're 2-0, okay. I'm going to keep. Opponent's on the mulligan to 6. They mulligan to 5. I don't know what deck they're going to be on. I guess we'll find out in a second. Mountain. Is it Burn? Burn on a multi 5? Our hand isn't that great, but our sideboard is if it's Burn. Could be Boros. They're not playing a burn spell. I think they're Burn the way they tapped a land and then they're like, I'll wait. What I could do, it's interesting, I could play the Racer's Ring, I get my tap land out of the way, turn 2, play double Arbor Elf, and this way they don't get to just bolt Arbor Elf end of turn, use their mana, and slow us down. It's really weird. I could draw a 3-drop next turn and not be able to cast it, but I also get this tap land out of the way. Could be Mogwarts, yeah. Should have played Arbor, I guess. I just thought it was burn the way they tapped and then decided to not do anything. It could be Mono Red Fiend. I think that's what it is. I think it's Mono Red Kiln Fiend. Don't like this art. Yeah, it's Mono Red Fiend. Okay. And there's the 3-drop. But I think these would have died. So I don't think this is a bad line. Oh, they're F6. They have 3 cards in hand. Kiln Fiend. That's pretty scary. If I Arbor Elf, if I Owlbear, I could die, but I still think it's the correct play. There's not that much I can do. Next turn I could Boarding Party and have 2 different colors of creatures back to prevent dying to like a Blessing plus TBR or something. Or I can just start racing because they don't have that many cards. Play another Kiln Fiend or something. Festival Crasher, yep. This is going to be close. Jewel Thief. Get 3 cards in hand. I can go Jewel Thief into Visionary. Or I can just play a Boarding Party. I feel like playing Boarding Party is best. That's what I'm going to do. Acid Moss land, that's actually really good. They're low on resources here. They only have 1 land. They didn't play another land last turn. I could just attack with Boarding Party. I think I'm safe to just attack with Boarding Party. I'll leave the Owlbear back though. I could just go for the race, attack with both. But I think just attack with just the Boarding Party is best. That was a tough decision. They have another land. Owlbear is also harder for them to kill. They can't really go Blessing into TBR. They have 3 cards in hand. Kiln Fiend is just so scary because it's like you go spell, TBR, and it kills you. Mystery box, indeed. Next turn we're probably going Dino because we could hit another land destruction spell. Are they playing another Kiln Fiend? Again, I'm probably playing Dino. I could even hit another party. Could be anything. They're in the tank, so they don't just have a win. They said, sorry, I have to do a lot of counting. I said, that's either good or bad for me. Oh no. They have lethal? TBR Kiln Fiend, mutagenic into TBR. They're at 12. Okay. We go to 1. So they could have a lava dart in hand, but I don't think they do. They could have a bolt. Nothing we can do about that. They're at 12. I think I go for Dino because if I hit boarding party, I win. Playing like these two as blockers doesn't seem that good. And I can always go Dino, no attack if I hit like a Utopia Sprawl or something. Just gonna Dino. Boarding party one time? No. Might as well attack with this, I think. I'm at 1. I have 2 blockers back. Okay. 5-2 trample. It's not enough yet, but one more spell it is enough. Oh! Nice. Whew! Super, super close. I don't know if we want this. Let's see. Trying to look up a list real quick. They're probably not going to have anything. No, they don't have any recent lists posted that I know of. Oh, one more. I think I do want Weather the Storm because if they go like spell, like try to kill you, and I go Weather the Storm to survive, seems pretty good to me. Cannonade kills Kiln Fiend. We probably do want it. Dinos are pretty slow here. The land destruction's also not even that good. They just operate on such a low land count. Maybe we just don't try to land destruction them at all. I kind of like this plan. Just do this. Just try to go with the Weather the Storms and cannonade some Kiln Fiends and just basically race them. They do operate on relatively low resources, but if they have like 3 lands, let's say, and I go kill one of your lands, most of the time they're just going to be like, sure. Yeah, maybe it's better to just like side out random 3/3s and stuff. Or even Visionaries because they die to cannonades. Yeah, maybe this is better. All right, I'll do this. Because maybe we can lock them out of the game. Dino's pretty slow. Like, can we really expect to get there all the time? I don't think so. I changed my mind. Gonna try to land destroy them. I don't know if this hand is good. Like, sure, we can weather the storm. I don't think this is good, though. close. And a mulligan. Just put back these expensive cards, I guess. Hand's not good, but what are you gonna do? Obviously wishing I kept that first hand, but we were just fairly likely to do nothing there. I think I'm just gonna destroy their land. Hope they don't have another land they can't really function that well, and then play a Jewel Thief next turn. We'll see. I did see that it's a 1-mana 1/1 that whenever a token enters the battlefield under your control, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Seems pretty good. That seems pretty sick. I did have a Bruin Mine with that one, and it was basically Jund tokens with that. So that seems sweet. Let's just hope we get enough of the cards. Like, hopefully we get a lot of the cards that we want. They also are a Lava Dart deck. I wonder if we're not supposed to have Arbor Elf. We could just side out Arbor Elf, but I think we need all the speed that we can. Without bolts, this matchup seems so much worse. Another Killing Fiend. Ugh. That's disgusting. We're probably dead next turn. I'm not going to F6 because I need to rep like I could have a bolt. I would probably just bolt now if I had it, but I'll still just not F6. Yeah, there's new Ichor Wellsprings that make treasures or creatures. I don't know what mono black control needs. I think that's just kind of a deck of the past at this point. It's a little too slow and clunky. Yeah, see, they have 4 lands. They're likely to keep land heavy hands against us too. I'll still keep in the land destruction, especially since we'll be on the play for game 3. Just assuming we're dead here. Right now I'm blocking. I think I should block here, right? If they TBR this, I guess they could TBR this. If I block here, they go TBR here. I'll just block the non-trampler for now. I don't know. Mutagenic Growth on the other one, and then TBR kill us. Okay. We got Killing Fiended. They kept 7. We were on the draw. We turned 2 land destruction. Wasn't enough. It's not like the first hand would have been that good in that situation anyway. I think I like this sideboard plan. Let's just run it back. Jewel Thief over Llanowar Visionary because it doesn't die to Cannonade. Would you like to play first? Yes. Oh, man. I think in this matchup, I don't keep this hand. What? Turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Foretell Packmate? That's not very good. Oh, no. They kept 7. God damn it. God damn. Could go to 4, but that just doesn't seem like a great option here. Let's just try to land destroy them. Brutal. Yeah. They mulliganed to 5 in game 1. Did we mulligan to 6 last game, or what was it last game? Not even sure. It's kind of hard to find in the text box, whatever. Okay. That gives us a chance. If they Kiln Fiend here, I think I just Weather the Storm, gain 6. Because if I draw lands, I'm going to want to cast other spells and not leave up Weather. Kiln Fiend. Okay. Ugh. Let's hope they play another Kiln Fiend out right now. Really needed untapped land there. Kiln Fiend. Not Festival Crasher. Fiend. Manamorphose. Oh god. Please. Manamorphose is so scary. Come on. Brute Force. TBR. 26. GG's. Dang, good games at Tubflower. We got Kiln Fiended. Jeez. The 4-1 curse remains. It's not a bad curse to have, but I want to get some 5-0s. This is not the deck. This is the list. I think this deck is very good. I really like it. Definitely consider, if I play the challenge tomorrow, I'm definitely going to consider playing this. It's just a lot of fun. I think it's good. I think our Affinity and Blue-White Fams matchups are good. Our Burn matchups, I think, are strong. And I think we have game against pretty much everything. Yeah, we didn't bring in Lose. Maybe that was the issue. But I actually like this version without Bolt more than I thought. I think your mana is a little bit better. Again, I'm playing 19 lanes instead of 20. It doesn't seem hard to cast Boarding Party. You just have more beefy stuff to do. Again, in that matchup like against Kiln Fiend, I was just wishing I had Bolt the whole time though. So there are some downsides. So not sure. But that'll wrap up this YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, YouTube. Peace. Just run it back next time. No changes. Later.